Yeah, show him on. Show him on. Good on.
Finish him. Yes.
Good work, come on. Come on, first one. Around the back, here, around the back. Yeah. Party. Come on, Joe. Show him out. Dugan, show him out.
A third of the team is new. And so we will be spending a lot of time, as you kind of saw it today. We'll try to let them play it out, and then we'll bring the whole group back in. Literally, they are very, very talented. They're very intelligent. They understand the game. But we're back to every player you bring onto your program is coming from a different system, a different style, different way of defending, a different way of attacking, and it is a challenge. When 1/3 of your team, and of the 9-10 freshmen that we're talking about here, I think like last year, easily half of them have an opportunity to start in that first game. And so we haven't been this deep talent-wise since, again, I go back probably at least 4 or 5 years, they're young, but they're very good. So that's going to be the real challenge for us, will be to be patient enough, and the only promise we made to this recruiting class was that they would compete. They'd have an opportunity to compete for a starting spot, or at least a lot of playing time. And we only literally have 2 seniors on this team, so it's a young team, but we're very excited as a coaching staff. We're just going to have to move a few things around. As you know, our back line is the one that we actually took our graduation. You got Glodak, Welch, Schmetz, and J-Lo, who came on late to be a right back. But that's literally 3 new spots that we're having to plug in. And so that's most of training, like you saw today, we'll be starting to try to find what's going to work for us back here. And then up the field, honestly, this is the most exciting group of young players we've had attacking-wise. And so once we settle in on our backs and who's going to play in front of our back for, we lost Fifi, who secured our back, so there's your next player. So that whole thing is what we need to get right before we go travel anywhere. And if we can get that right, up the field will just be, there'll be games in which I'll bring a player in and you'll say, oh my gosh, who's that guy? And it'll just be a variety of different players up the field, all of them with something different to contribute.
How much better is Ish coming into the season?
Yeah, he's made major strides. I think you even saw it today. He was very one-dimensional last year, which was very good enough to be selected as a Herman watch list and everything else. That part's not going to go away. It's what makes him special. Very few players are really committed, and it's what's going to get him in the league is the fact that all you have to do is kind of take away the line, and they just easily go inside and go away from it, right? Well, most teams need wide service from both sides. Ish will get you wide service. But let's be honest, if they are so adamant about taking away his left, he's got to give us something different. And every time he pushed it inside, it was a turnover last year. And so that's the part of his game that we've been spending a lot of time on. Can he come inside and connect the pass? Can he come inside and shoot? Can he come inside? And then when you add those things, then he will be a player that I don't know how you cover him. And we're getting there. He's not quite there, but he made a huge jump from just being this stand on his left foot, push it down a line, and serve it in. He's going to find himself getting 6, 7, 8 goals versus 2, and the assists aren't going to change. So no, he's already a more improved player just from making the adjustment from his first year of college.
And where did you make the biggest improvement in your game from freshman year to now?
Last year, I feel like tactically I've improved, and I've been working on my right foot a lot and just making better decisions. Yeah, I feel like that improves my game a lot, and just finding pockets to score and play other guys through.
What kind of personal goals have you set for yourself this season?
Well, I have them individually. I just like to keep them to myself.
Okay.
As far as like what I want to achieve.
Okay.
But I definitely want to improve my stats from last year. I only had 2 goals and 7 assists.
Right,
so
right. I see you some more balls in the back of the net.
Yeah, I get some more goals, provide some more assists.
And Drew Murphy was so good as a freshman too. Is he
again, he's the one player Mark asked about the leadership on this team, which is going to be an issue because we only literally have 2 seniors, and then we kind of have this junior class that didn't play much. Most of our team is our incoming freshmen and sophomores, and juniors really fighting it out. Drew is one of those players, once again, that when you walk on a field, he barks things out, he announces it, he wants the ball, he's a big game player. played at a really high level. He got an opportunity to go train with the U.S. national team when they were at Stanford. So his maturity level is even above everybody else. Now, again, with that being said, skill-wise and playing-wise, there's a lot of other players right there with him. But he needs to be a player for us that, like Ish, takes that next step and moves into kind of more of a leadership role. He is as intelligent as we have at UCSB right now, and he's very comfortable on the ball, and he fits into the kind of center back that I'd love to have, able to direct the attack, able to start with him. So he's, again, position we're looking at. But he's been cleared. He's good. He feels healthy. He certainly could play in midfield, but then you look at my recruiting class and you look at all the midfielders I have and attacking players, and there's a comfort level behind being able to see if Paul, we can make it work in the back. Again, what we found with all the internationals, and Paul's no different, is college game. There's like international soccer, club soccer in our country, and then there's this thing called college soccer. And trust me, the players that are used to growing up for 15 years, no subs, the game has a certain pace to it, and then all of a sudden college soccer looks like the last 5 minutes, of a regular game that he plays in when the team's down, 2-1. But that's 5 minutes is 90 minutes, and the speed it's crazy, I mean, and the minute somebody gets tired, they bring in 4 more players. So there's this huge adjustment, and that he will be no different. And as a back, it's really hard because you're used to being able to pick your head up and take a step and then play the pass. Maybe not in the first 3 minutes, but certainly no one's running at you full speed for 87 minutes, and that's college soccer. Forwards run you down for every single second. So
you were center back last season.
Yep.
And they talk about you possibly going up and scoring some goals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually I played multiple positions last year. I remember my first starting game I played left back, and then I was moved to like left mid, and then I finally stuck with center back after a couple games, and that's where I played the rest of the season. But I mean, I'll play wherever I'm needed.
You're comfortable anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
Listen, we even talked about Nick playing left back. I mean, have the big man go down this line, be big, get himself in the box, and I mean, so there's the moving pieces in the back is really who plays D-mid. Rio, who you saw here, starts at D-mid for Galaxy, is as good as it gets on the ball. I mean, he's unbelievable. He doesn't lose the ball. He's ran that position for, again, the last 3 years. He's as technically gifted as any player we've ever had here.
Yeah, it fills your Fifi role right there.
Oh, yeah. But that's him. But he's 18 years old, and it's D-mid for Division I college. It took Fifi 3-4 years to really become Fifi.
Right.
So is that ready to go for South Carolina? It will be ready to go at some point this year. Maybe not for South Carolina, So that's the game we're playing right now, No doubt about his talent, and no doubt he's going to be a starter and a big player for us here at UCSB. It's just, when does that happen?
You don't have, obviously, only 2 seniors. One of them obviously is J-Lo. How big is he going to be for you guys this year? Well,
he had the breakout year. Again, it's great about him because he's the he's a UCSB success story. A player who came not really recruited. He was a center back at 5'5", so for a reason he wasn't recruited. We get a phone call. We liked him. We liked how hard he was, how tough, good attitude, great kid. But he's 5'5" center back, and we took him, and he's been hanging out playing right back with all the guys running against him. Garza and Silva and all these players, and so he's playing over here on the right hand side, and he just got better. And last year, a few injuries, we drop him in, and next thing you know, he's will be picked as preseason, all conference and everything else. But he's had to run against really good players. For 2-3 years, it was Garza on his side.
Right.
So that's a good success story for us. We're real happy for him. So he should, he's our 5th year senior. So he'll be a mainstay in the back. But he's the only one that's kind of.
Defense has always been, a strength here at UCSB. What about this back 4 years? Or
This back 4, well,
got yourself and who else is back there?
I think there's Brock up there, upperclassman. DePuy had an outstanding season last year as a freshman. So gained a lot of experience. He played like almost every game, I think.
Right.
So he's going to be a strong addition right there as well. And Duncan Backus, being left back, did awesome last year as well. Me and him came in almost at the same time. We lost our left and right backs in the beginning of the season. We stepped in, and I mean, we held our own.
Yeah, you did. And then you got Josh behind you, right?
Yeah, McNeely.
What can you say about his
He's really
goalkeeping?
good. Shot stopper. I mean, he knows that he can play with his feet as well. So, it's as a defender, having a great goalie just relieves a lot of pressure. Like,
sure.
Even if you get beat once or twice, like, you know you're gonna have Josh to save you. So that's always good to have a good goalie.
All right, group of players. I mean, are the expectations still as high as they always are with the program? I mean, we can win the Big West, we can get to the NCAAs.
No, I think this will be the best soccer playing team we have since, you know, the days when we had Pontius and that whole group. You know, even 2010 with Danny Barrera and Pontius. You can go back a year earlier than that. So the question is, just what you just said, at some point this thing's going to come together, and it's going to come together in a big way. And it's going to be something that comes together for the next 2, 3, 4 years. The next recruiting class is a great class as well. So this thing is going to really blow up. The real issue for us will be, you know, can we get out of some games in the first 7, 8 games? You know, can we just find a way to win some things? Can somebody step up and win a couple games? And then if we get this thing going, I don't think anyone should play us at the end of this year. We will be.
I mean, you know how fans, how fickle they are. Oh my God, the Gauchos are going to be down this year, and you start off maybe on a losing streak, and you know.
Yeah, no, I would tell you right now that anyone that comes to see Westmont play will be amazed at the level of soccer on the field. We haven't had this level of play, what we can do and what we can ask our guys to do, because their skill level is completely different than what we've done. Now, we're young, but young also brings energy and excitement. It just means you can make some mistakes.
Yeah.
But you're going to show up on that field, like I said. You're going to be watching the game, and it may be 4 games in season. There'll be some kid coming off this bench that you hadn't seen yet, and maybe it's Big Alex. You know what I mean? You're like, where's this kid been? You know. So that's what I think the story is. And if I lose 6 guys to injuries, you know what? It's going to be fine, because I feel I'm that deep, and then we'll keep the thing going. So it's all, like I said, it's all good. It's just putting it together now.
Yeah.